Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos. Good morning, or whatever time period of time it is in your time zone of the world. It's time for the 11 a.m. stream, and this time we're going to do a little bit of playing and also looking at comic books. So every Saturday, if you're new, every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time and 11 p.m. Pacific time, I do some streaming. I do a little streaming, plus also do some other things in the real world. And today we're going to do some streaming and looking at comic books. So we'll start the gameplay in just a moment. Let's look at our first comic book. So I have way too many hobbies. One of them is magic and another one is comic books. So I was at the comic shop recently and I bought the latest issue of Star Wars Adventures, Tales from Vader's Castle. This is a series of Star Wars comics that I don't know anything about, and it seems to be like a series that's coming out this October. Oh, welcome to the viewers in the channel. So this is a series that's coming out in October for Halloween, but it's Star Wars related. And here you've got some Ewoks, and they're getting chased by the Gorax. This is Night of the Gorax. Cool cover by Robert Hack. He follows me on Twitter. He's cool. And then on the back, it's got the other covers. They're like really scary covers by Francesco Francavilla. You should look this up online. Again, Star Wars Adventures, Tales from Vader's Castle. So that's our first comic for today. Let's do a little bit of gameplay. Say hi in the chat and give me some good vibes, perhaps. Okay, so the idea here is we've got a couple of these streamer events. I'm going to do those actually at the 11 p.m. stream when there's more viewers. Right now, though, what I want to do is grind a little bit to get to the 5,000 gold coin entry fee to do the Gabby's Greedy Dominaria draft at 11 p.m. Maybe I'll have some gold left over to try one of the Instaban, Day 9's Instaban games. So that'll definitely be at the 11 p.m. Right now will be a little bit of grinding and just hanging out and such. So let's play our first game here. I've actually been pretty surprised that the Strength in Numbers pre-con deck has done really well for me, like very surprised. So let's see if we can keep the winning streak going and earn some gold. Kill 15 of your opponent's creatures. That's so violent, it should say faint 15 of your opponent's creatures. And that, of course, is a shout out to the Pokemon games where they don't die, they just faint. Or I don't know what they do anymore. I haven't seen Pokemon in decades. Let's see our first opponent. Alright, so we've got some Lightning Strike, no creatures, got a lot of removal with Hieromancer's Cage and 2 lands. I don't think this is, I think, when the algorithm really tests you, like, here's cards that you like, but here's no mana. Let's mulligan that because we go first. Okay, this is an even worse hand because then I get a tap land and I have a turn 1 play, but I can't play it early on. Let's do one more mulligan and then do or die. Okay, this is terrible as well, but we gotta keep it, and that's terrible. Okay, so this game is game over. I can call it early on too. When you have to mulligan this far down and the algorithm gives you horrible opening hand, it's like, don't even try. So, yep, forget this. This is really, you have to assume that everyone that's playing is 1007% better than you. So when you miss a land drop, there's no coming back from that. When the algorithm really messes with you and gives you 3 terrible opening hands, that match is totally, don't even try. Trust me. Alright, smashy smash. Let's see if this will work better. Okay, this is doable. See, I'm telling you, and I get to go first. I have a turn 1 play, I've got some turn 2 goblins. I'm going to create a horde already on turn 2 and then gain life for the vanguard and then attack for 2/2. I love this little critter right here. Then turn 3, I've got the Kinjali Sunwing. That's cool too. And I've got Lightning Strike. This is an amazing hand compared to the one we did earlier. The one that we got earlier, that was just an insult and horrific. So this one's gonna be good. I just know it. I feel it right here. I feel it right here in my t-shirt logo. Okay, we're gonna do... Okay, Pelt Collector, you are dead. So we've got the classic Bolt the Bird. Now we're gonna have Bolt the Polt. Bolt the Pelt. Okay, they're gonna do a little bit of ramp. Let's do it this way. Maybe trick them that we've got something in hand. Yes, I'm gonna look at my cards here. I'm gonna trick them, and then I'm going to attack, and maybe they'll think they've got something in hand. Okay, they're not gonna fall for it. They're gonna fall for it. Haha, they fell for it. Good. That's how you bluff. Okay, so they're gonna ramp. They're gonna drop a land. They're gonna do a Gigantosaurus next turn. Inspired charge. Okay, Oaken form. Close enough. Okay. We can go in with a thunderous hit here. Let's do that, because you win the game by reducing your opponent's life to 0. So how about 10 damage? Okay, next turn, maybe if I get a land, I can do the Siege Gang Commander, and then I've got the ability to throw some... Okay, they're going to leave themselves defenseless. They have 1 green mana. I think you can do something with 1 green mana, right? Anyway, I'll do the Siege Gang, because then what we can do after that is throw some goblins at them. Even if they block with 1, they have to sacrifice their elf. They're already down to 7. Or they'll probably keep it because they need to ramp. They have 4 mana. They'll do their 5th mana, Gigantosaurus. They're looking at their hand. You can do something with 1 green mana in this format, right? I know it's happened to me before, but I don't remember what it is. Oh, okay, I guess not. Okay. Alright, so victory. Let's pause for another comic book. I love the cover on this one. This is Spider-Gwen Moon... What am I thinking? Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1. This is one of the alternate covers. Who's this one by again? Sujin Jo. This is a beautiful Spider-Gwen cover. It's the full art treatment. We're talking magic, and so we'll call it full art, but I believe it's got other names in the industry. So it's Spider-Gwen jumping through the city. The series recently ended and then started up again. And I don't know how I feel about that, because the whole creative team from before is gone and it's a new creative team. And I don't want to be one of these curmudgeonly players or comic book fans that doesn't want anything to change. No, I actually want everyone can have a place in magic, and everyone can have a place in comics, and everyone can have their own comic. So I read it. I'm giving it a shot. It's kind of it's resetting everything over. And we're starting a brand new series, so that's cool. And I love the cover again, so very cool. We're gonna do the next game in just a moment. Let me do a little promotion right here to get more viewers, and then we'll keep going. So in the chat there, tell me how your day is going. Alright, so let's do our next... Let's do our next match. Got 250 gold. I'm almost at the 5,000, but I want that 500 right there. So let's try the strength in numbers again. Is anyone using the MTGA Pro app? The app that keeps track of all of your stats? MTGA.pro online will let you... I don't have any white, whoops. Will let you keep track of wins and losses and vault progress and all that fun stuff. Okay, they're gonna do the Ajani life gain technique. And so once I get a planes, I'll be in the game. Statistically, I should be able to. The deck has plenty of planes, but they come in with a tapped land. Okay. And great. Okay, I'm going to do strength in numbers. I would have, of course, instead loved to have Mentor of the Meek and then get some card drawing, but the algorithm is going to mess with me. And instead... they have their own Mentor of the Meek. Okay, next turn, Ajani's Pridemate for them. They will have the 3 requisite creatures. They will gain life from the Vanguard, and they will make their Leonin, their Ajani's Pridemate, a 3/3. Sometimes I do get surprised. Another Bugler, okay. They'll attack for 4. Or do they think I've got something in hand? Oh, just for 2. Okay, time to concede. We'll do one more. If we don't get a planes next turn, I'm conceding because again, you have to assume that your opponents are 7,000% better than you, which clearly we can see that they are here. And when you miss a land drop, there's no point. Okay, so let's talk Magical Christmas Land. Once I get my planes, I'm going to put out my Mentor of the Meek. And then after that we can bring in a Vanguard. Okay, yeah, so again, there's no point to that. No mana, no way to play. So let's check out our next comic book. We've got Moon Knight number 200. So Marvel has recently begun renumbering their classic comic books, which is really weird. But Moon Knight has just reached 200 issues. Now, these numberings come from a variety of volumes of the comic, because there was like issue 1 through 70, and then another 1 through 25, and they're just adding up all the numbers. And there were like 12 issues before the renumbering started. And so I was reading the relaunch of Moon Knight after the all new, all different, and I thought it was very interesting. The creative team on that is different than now. So it was Jeff Lemire back then and others, Jeff Lemire, and now we've got Bemis, Davidson, and Milla. And I don't know what's going on at all with the series, but I wanted to jump in on issue 200. So we have Moon Knight, number 200. Let me answer something here, and then we'll play a little bit more. Alright, so let's try that again. Now here's the funny thing. I've got 2 accounts. This is my main account. If you find me as VM Campos, that's me. So I was playing, I had like 7 in a row wins with this deck last night. Then I switched over to my other account and I used the same deck and I had like, I swear, 11 losses in a row. And I'm like, huh, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, this hand is great here. I've got the Vanguard turn 1. I've got the Instigator turn 2. Perfect. I've got the War Leader turn 4 and then the Siege Gang. So let's get this cat party started. Neo strikes. Okay, so they're going to do Selesnya. Okay, so got that, got that. All I need is a Johnny's Pridemate. You know what? I think there are no Johnny's Pridemates in this deck. So that's the next upgrade, because that life gain would work great. Ooh, Capuchin. Okay, do I have any way to deal with her? We'll sacrifice one of our Vanguards, and then we'll do 2 more damage in. Actually, was that even worth it? Because she's got lifelink, right? Yeah. Okay, not cool. Okay. Next turn, heroic reinforcements, and go all in. Hey, Beast B, how are you? I am doing fine. That is not good. I am not doing fine anymore because my best creature just got locked down. Fake. How are you doing? Okay, let that go through, but with a huge 4. Yes, what am I going to do here? This is not going to go well. I was really relying on this to be... I was really relying on my War Leader to get me through this. Anyway, if I can get 1 more mana, I can do the Siege Gang, and then I can throw some goblins. Okay, well... Yeah, I'm just gonna concede on this. An 11-11. Good going, Neo Strikes. Okay, that's cool that your lady is into it. That's really cool because the game needs more players, and especially if people play on the on Arena, that'll be really cool there. So yeah, what am I even trying for right here? They had like 50 life, so who cares? First strike, 11-11 life gain. So like that's impossible. I'm trying out the built-in deck here, which actually has worked very well for me. But this time so far, I've gone 2 for 2. I don't know. This is weird. But what I'm also doing is I'm pausing and showing comic books. So let's look at our next comic book. This is the latest one that I got here. This is Dr. Aphra number 25. Dr. Aphra is like a breakout character that has come out in the comic books. And she's like kind of like an Indiana Jones type of character. She's a rogue. She liberates artifacts. I was reading the first several issues, like the first 6 issues, but then, you know, this stuff gets expensive, so I haven't read it recently. But I got issue 25 here, and apparently now she's a Jedi, so that's cool. Can't wait to check this out. The creative team is Spurrier, Walker, Deering, and Tartaglia. Again, I haven't read this in a while. Kieran Gillian used to be on this book, but I guess he's not on it anymore. Times change. Do you read any books, any comics yourself there? Got a lot of hobbies, like me. Okay, let's play the next game. Let's mention also let's do a little Twitter shout out right now, and then we'll keep playing. We'll get more people here. You finished 100 Bullets recently, and yes, you love the hobbies. I've heard a lot of good things about 100 Bullets. It's just I haven't gotten into it. I've just got way too many things in my back catalog. So give me like the quick synopsis of it, and I want to get into it. 100 Bullets is from Image Comics, I want to say, or is it Dark Horse? Let's try the next match here. So this was like such a bummer. This opening hand that I had in this match I had a moment ago was amazing, but then they locked down my big critter, and it was like, well, and then they put in that Titanic growth or whatever it's called. This opening hand is fine. Vertigo, okay, yeah. So speaking of which, I'm putting together your rewards from Patreon. I'm going to send those out Monday. We're going to have some cool vintage Magic cards and some comics. I'm going to see some classic Vertigo comics in my collection. So again, I've got a comic book collection that's 30 years old. I've been collecting comics since I was a little kid. Okay, if you want to do that, sure. I don't mind losing 2 goblins for 1 kitty cat. I know that's a good one. Anyway, yeah, 30-year comic collection, and oh man, I should have done the tapped land first. Core concept of 100 Bullets is based on the question of people willing to act on the desire of violent revenge. If given the means, opportunity has a reasonable chance to succeed. We've got a lot of goblins going on here. Now we'll let a hit come in, because then we can do this, and then next turn have more attackers. Okay. Alright, next turn, Heroic Reinforcements. Go in with a huge hit. Yeah, a lot of goblins in this deck. All they need is that one goblin throw everything at you. Alright. Two. Ooh, okay, well, Dragor. I guess they're having their bad luck about not enough lands. Okay. Oh man, you've got to do that when you attack. Be careful about that, everyone. Trumpet Blast is amazing, but you need to do it when you attack. I've done that as well, and it really sucks when you say, yeah, I'm going to come in +2/+0 for everyone. That would have been 12 damage right there. Yeah, sorry, Drager. It's attacking creatures. You're thinking of a different card that will let you do that, so tough luck on that. Let's do a little bit more promo here too. So, just doing a little promo here on the Twitters, and let's do the next game over here. Okay, still grinding. I guess this deck isn't quite equipped to kill 15 of your opponent's creatures, so that's kind of filling up a little slowly, but I'm racking up the wins. Tricky Bodhi is my opponent. Okay, not a great hand, but in theory the algorithm, and I'm fighting against a level 4 player, or actually level 1, tier 1. It's so confusing how they've got the different levels of the tiers with their little things there. So Captivating Crew, I love that card. I've been using it I've been able to use it in this deck, and it's so amazing because you steal your opponent's creature and use it against them. It's just amazing. So do I want to block a 2/2 or do I want to block a 3/2? I guess we'll block the 3/2 next turn. Here I can do that. Then I've got a Hieromancer's Cage. And then I'm getting... Oh, and then by the 4th turn, actually, I'll have the War Leader. Now, they must have... Okay, they're playing mono black, so they're going to have a lot of... murders. So we'll hold off on this for a moment. The War Leader. They have a single black mana, so what is that one? Like Strangling Spores or something? Skullduggery. Okay, final mana. Okay, that's fine. If I get the... let's see, how much is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll be fine. Okay. We can captivate this crew here. Which, of course, they will top deck a murder. That's fine. Alright, so next we'll steal their own Thallid and attack with it. Okay, not as I planned. I needed more blockers for that strat to work. So, oops. Let's try that again. Alright, so Kessler 15. The act of treason is always fun, especially if you can steal their creature and then use it to your own nefarious ends. Okay, so we've got the Mentor. This is whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. Okay. Anyway, so we'll start off with a Martyr, then next turn a Mentor. Okay, that's pausing here. They have obviously a Shock or a Lightning Strike or something in green. They've definitely got something, and they're going to use it on my Mentor. Interesting. They probably had to go get lunch. Okay, yeah, do we have something else that will kill a little bit more? I've got some jank decks that I'm playing with. What is this one again? What am I doing in this? Yeah, let's go for it. I don't remember what this deck really has, but let's go for it. So it's Tricolor Pirates. I really don't think that deck is good, but it can be fun. Okay, that'll definitely let me do my things. I've got all the colors. A freebooter. Okay, I'll be able to look at their hand, but they've got red and black, so that Kite Sailor is not going to be long for this world. The algorithm seems to match you very well against opponents that will really test you and your patience. Well, at least we'll look at what's in their hand. Okay, I'll take that Shock. So I've got a Chupacabra to look forward to and some a Harpy, so I can kill that Harpy. They might do treasonous on me, but I get my creature back. Now, of course, they probably just top-decked the Lightning Strike. Okay. Nothing important to do yet, but they're going to get their 4th land, they're going to Chupacabra me. No, okay, that'll be fine, because that can get out of hand. Okay, that Siren will actually come in very helpful. That Siren will come in very helpful because they're going to try to counter target spell or ability that targets. Now the Chupacabra, that's not an ability, so that's not good. And just getting a lot of land. Very odd, I'm getting a lot of land. So yeah, I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to save my freebooter, so they're going to get back a shock. Or can I do this? Counter target spell or ability. I guess. Let's give it a try. Target a spell or ability. Target a spell or ability that targets you or a creature you control. Target a spell or ability. So I can't because it's not an ability, it's just an effect, right? Can we still do that? Target a spell or ability that targets you. No, this is not an ability. So what are they building with? What are they building to with so much mana? My deckhand is going to die as soon as it comes on, I guess, because either with that shock, even just targeting it, or the act will kill it. Okay, so this is another case about like what is the point of this algorithm giving me so much mana if I can't do anything with it? You should have used Act of Treason to hit me with my own critter. Yeah, like when it messes with you like this about just lands, like what's the point? The point, obviously, to be realistic, is for you to spend on the game. And I hate to be so negative, but like there's no that's like statistically, why is so much land? This deck has creatures and spells and it has things to do. Why would you get this mana flood? It's just fake. That doesn't happen in real life. So obviously here in the game, it's really going to get you to spend. All right. Saigia. Let's see what you are up to. Okay, so they're gonna go with Golgari Ramp. Okay, we don't need that poisoner to mess with my flyers. Then we'll save the murder. Now, do we want more cards or do we want the neck breaker? Because then all my critters... Death touch, all creatures able to block. Okay. Let's check this out. Just more ramp. Okay. Well, we'll go for one flyer. They will attack with the assassin. And then I must block with everything, so they all die. Oh, they didn't. Okay, well that's fine, because we don't want that. Okay, they've got another Reacher. Well, here we'll go in the air with a lot. That's lethal. Yep, that's lethal. Okay. Pirate Horde for the win. Give me that gold. Let's do a little bit more promotion on the let's do a little promotion right here. Just one moment. Everyone in the chat say hi to each other while I do this. Alright, let's try that pirate deck again. It's got a number 2 on it because I was going to do some changes to it, I guess. But I don't remember what the changes I was doing. Alright, not great. Okay, so they've got a defender, and they can't defend against that they cannot see. So my departed deckhand will just slip on through that. Aged Wizard. Now, if it's enchanted, it can attack, right? If it's enchanted or equipped, okay, that'll be fine. What we can do here Water Knot eventually on something, or my neck breaker. If I get one more mana, I can have my neck breaker. If I can have one more black mana, I can be safer. Ooh, okay. Not expecting that. Gotta get rid of that. That can get out of hand. I really like it, but it's very fragile. Maybe I can trick them that I've got something in my hand here because I've got a red mana. Actually, they can double block, right? Oops. Oops. Okay, what comes next? An Oaken form, or like a dazzling white enchantment, or on Sarah's wings or something? Aw, man. Well, they wasted their enchantment because... Let's draw some cards. Okay, next turn I've got 5 mana in total. Okay, what we'll do with this is we can... Well, first of all, we'll lock that down, definitely. And then we'll take our lumps with a 2/2. Are they going to destroy my artifact? Okay. So, the way we want to do this is the Holler works best after an attack. So, if we attack, we can kill the token or get rid of that. We can water. Yeah, let's do it this way. We'll attack, and then we will kill their token, because tokens cannot be returned to hand because they don't exist. And then we'll save our mana so that we can do a they're gonna Luminous Bond me? Okay. Ooh. So that definitely needs a neck breaker. And then all in. Good. So the Marauders is fun. I've got only one in the deck. Ooh, you're gonna cage me. That's fine. What are you gonna cage? Alright, that'll work. Final thing in hand. Totally top to deck that. Yep, totally top decked that. Alright, so let's pause to kind of look at these comics here. If you're new to the chat and such, welcome. So here's some comics that I got recently. Dr. Aphra 25 from Marvel Comics / Disney, right? This is an official Disney nowadays because Disney owns everything, right? Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars, right? That's crazy. So Dr. Aphra 25, 25th anniversary issue. It's regular price. Oh, actually, it's $4.99, so I guess it's the anniversary price, even though it doesn't really look thicker at all. I'm not reading the story at the moment, so I'm not fully sure what's fully going on, but we've got that. I've also got Moon Knight number 200, the legacy numbering right here. So 200 issues of Moon Knight. Again, I have not read Moon Knight a lot throughout the years. It's kind of an underground character, I would say. It's got its popularity, 200 issues. I was reading the first 6 issues or so of the reboot from a few years ago, and then stopped for a while, and I picked up 200 because I like comics that have a big number. I've got then this is from IDW. So it's interesting that there are some Star Wars books not in Marvel Comics. And this is from IDW. I didn't notice that. But then they've got the big old Disney logo right there. And this is Night of the Gorax with some Ewoks getting scared and stuff. Cool art by Robert Hack. And lastly, we've got the Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1 variant cover. What number variant? This is variant number 6. By the artist Yojimbo. Very cool full art cover. I can put that on my wall, and I think that'll look very, very nice. Yep, Spider-Gwen. I've been reading that comic since the beginning. Actually, I have a copy of Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, which is her first appearance, which is getting up there in value. And she is a very cool character that I enjoy. So let's see how we're doing here with our grinding. Getting close, and we get a card. Ooh, Gutter Snipe. I love that. Let's put that in a deck right now. That's going to go into our Draggy Burn deck. Gut. We're going to have a full playset of Gutter Snipe. Let's play with that deck for a moment. It's a little bit over my 60 cards, but let's play with that Burn deck. Let's see if we can do some Gutter Snipe madness. 4 Gutter Snipes in that deck with plenty of Burn and dragons and such. Now, of course, the algorithm is going to match me up with a controlled deck where I won't be able to play any of my spells. Or the algorithm, okay, it's matching me up with a level 1 player, a tier 1 player. I am clearly not a tier 1 player at the moment, and I will go first. Okay, so they are a tier 1 player, and they will also have Burn, and my Gutter Snipe will not be long for this world. So let's get negative. Charging Monstrosaur and all of those very high casting cost critters. Are you going to ramp? No, you're going to do Merfolk. Okay, well, this is game over. Because Merfolk are tricky. I think the thing with Merfolk is kill them on sight because they will get out of hand. So you're doing Simic Merfolk. Okay, there's your unblockable creature. You got your Gutter Snipes. All I need is some Burn. You're going to come in with a 1 casting cost green Merfolk. You're going to give that Merfolk +1. Or you're going to put in Curious Obsession so it's unblockable, so you're going to draw a card every time you hit me. So again, I've got so much amazingness with Gutter Snipe, but you could have sacrificed that. So you're going to come in with your Mist Caller, everything gets +1, you have an unblockable 3/3, and you're going to come in with a 3/2. We'll let that go through because I know that I'm going to start to get burned. This deck is like 90% burn. Okay, there we go. But they've got a counter spell. Oh, they've got Dive Down. Yeah, there's Dive Down. So, again, this deck has plenty of burn spells. If I don't get any of them, this is like proof that the algorithm really, really messes with you. Because, statistically, I should have plenty of burn to take care of this opponent. But if I get another land, I'm going to have to concede anyway. Yeah, this just... See how it gets out of hand, and it really puts you with an opponent that... And then, of course, I'm one kill away from getting the gold. Alright, so this is a very slow hand in red. Nothing until turn 3. And I guess we'll get rid of that recruit. Fresh-faced no longer. R.I.P. I think I first saw this card in the Chandra Planeswalker deck from Dominaria. So I've got burn, you've got burn, we've all got burn. Alright, you're gonna use a big ol' Steamkin. You're gonna use a big old burn spell. I've only got one so that's dead. If I get one more land, I'm in business. Okay. Alright, you got a 3/2 menace. Don't care, because I've got a 4/3 flyer that can rekindle, so you should have caged that. Actually, I don't want to give him ideas. Okay, one more land. I can bring in my Burning Sun's Avatar, deal 3 damage to the opponent, 3 damage to their creature. Ooh, War Leader, okay. but instead I get a gutter snipe. Okay, so you're going to attack with your war leader. You're going to get 2 lifelink cats. But I can probably win this. No, they're going to somehow get rid of my phoenix. They're going to cage my phoenix. Cage the elephant. Okay, that's a good one. It's not lethal though. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's not lethal. And your cats don't get... let's do it this way. Alright, so that'll be enough for my 500 gold. Give me that gold. $550 gold. Nice. Okay, I think I'm going to end it at this point because we've been here for an hour. Let me wrap up with these final comics that I got. So I got Venom #1. No, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon because this is the 5th printing. There was also the 4th printing at the stores, but like, let's get the 5th printing. Check it out. It's the sketch cover. How much did this cost again? $4.99. So legacy numbering 166. There's been 166 issues of Venom somehow throughout the decades. But here's 5th printing #1. This is by Cates, Stegman, Mayer, and Martin. That was the last Marvel. Now let's look at some DC books. Actually, I've only got one. This is funny. This is Old Lady Harley #1. This is obviously parodying the Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye sort of Marvel comics. It's Old Lady Harley #1. Harley Quinn in a post-apocalyptic world. I got the variant cover by Amanda Connor. I always like her art. And here's Harley. I kind of get like a big Tank Girl vibe from her, from this cover. I don't know how I feel about that because Tank Girl is totes better. But there's a bloody hand in the back here. Can you see that? There's a hand in a pool of blood right there. And then her little doggy, I forget its name, but it's got little robotic monster truck tires. And she's got a big old gun. Still the same outfit, which I thought would be more high-tech in the future. But okay. And then we've got Usagi Yojimbo, the hidden number 7 of 7. This has been the latest Usagi Yojimbo comic from Stan Sakai. And this is a comic that's been published for 35 years or something. 1982 was the first appearance of Usagi. Love this art. One of the few furry comics that are still publishing. Now, Usagi slashed the hell out of this guy over here, and all he's doing is saying, oof. Shouldn't it be totally slashed up and blood splurting everywhere? I would think so. And on the back, it's got a cool Sumie style painting, perhaps? I'm making that up. I don't think it's Sumie. And lastly, I've got The Walking Dead number 184, the Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I'm loving the Sienkiewicz covers. They are truly amazing. For the last, 7 issues, he's been painting full-page portraits of the characters, and here we have the princess. One of the newest characters in The Walking Dead. Never quite realized she had red hair, because I guess it's in black and white. But yeah, that's the Sienkiewicz cover. Some of the other ones are amazing. The Rick cover, the Carl cover, the Coral cover. Sienkiewicz is amazing. And then on the back we've got Walking Dead Day, October 13th, which already passed. But yeah, so that's the comics. That's my gameplay. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you at the 11 p.m. stream where we do some of the some of the streamer events. We'll definitely do Gabby's Greedy Draft, and if I got enough gold left over, we'll do an Instaban deck. So thanks for hanging out. This has been VM Campos. See you at the 11 p.m. stream.